What's going on, everyone? It's Tyler Shelton. This is Coffee with a Beard Reviewer, and today, folks, is my next episode in the DCEU franchise review series. So, let's get started with today's review for the movie Suicide Squad. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my channel, and please like and comment down below, and please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. And let's get started with today's video. Thank you. So the Suicide Squad stars Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, and a big slew of actors that we all know and love. And the main primary actors in this movie is definitely Will Smith and Margot Robbie, because they played the role as Deadshot and Harley Quinn. So with this movie, it's a mixed bag movie for me, especially just the fact that it stars some really respectable actors, but with such a big cast of like recognizable actors, especially when you got the likes of Will Smith in this movie. I would have to say that Will Smith and Margot Robbie were the only highlights in this movie. And I do think that Viola Davis did a pretty dang good job for playing Amanda Waller, which is actually another very recognizable character in the world of DC Comics. And to give you the whole story straight, it felt like that the story itself was very lackluster, but it just felt like it was just one of those very generic movies where it's just all about taking on the villain with a big beam in the sky, and that's just something that we've just had way too many times. And so it just became very stale, and so there's just a lot of stuff in this movie that just didn't make any sense. Even the Joker himself by Jared Leto, I mean, I like Jared Leto as an actor, and I also like him as a musician. So like, it feels like that he's one of those actors that he's kind of like one of those either hit or miss actors. But the fact that this guy is a method actor, I mean, every single actor that played the role as the Joker were all method actors, and they did phenomenal jobs. I mean, you got the likes of Jack Nicholson. He did an incredible job playing the Joker. You got Heath Ledger, did an incredible job as the Joker. And you got Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. And then you got Jared Leto. Now, I'm not saying that Jared Leto is the worst, but it was something very different than we've ever gotten from the role of the Joker. But I would definitely say that this is the less Joker that we've ever had, because it's a character that has tattoos all over his face, and it says damaged up here. And instead of him like doing his hysterical laughs, he just puts his hand up like this, and there's just like this tattoo of a big laughing mouth. Just the whole thing about Jared Leto's Joker just did not stick well with me. And so altogether, this is a big hot mess of a movie. But I would still have to say that this movie is actually a lot more entertaining than Batman vs. Superman, the theatrical version. But you all know where this is going, because this is actually considered to be my second. It's just the runner-up for being the worst DCEU movie for me. Because I already told you last week that the worst was actually Batman vs. Superman. But that's not the extended edition, because in the extended edition it actually helped the quality, and it helped the movie have a better ranking than the theatrical version. And they actually did the same thing with this one. They have a extended edition, and actually makes things a lot more understandable. And so you will get two different rankings when it comes down to the theatrical version and also the extended version of the Suicide Squad. But aside from just the fact that we have two different versions of the Suicide Squad, but like I said before, Will Smith, Margot Robbie, they were fantastic in this movie. And I just really think that Margot Robbie was absolutely born to be Harley Quinn. Like, you could not think of a better actress to play the role as the Joker's girlfriend. And there was like a little Easter egg showcasing her original outfit. The very outfit that we got from the Batman 90s TV show, which I hold dearly to my heart because I grew up on that show. So like, I also love the character of Harley Quinn, and I just really loved what Margot Robbie did. She just really brought out like the Harley Quinn that we all loved from the video games, from the TV show. We got the Harley Quinn we wanted. And Margot Robbie just sold it for me. She was ruthless, she was crazy, just everything that is all about Harley Quinn. With these villains, a vast majority of them are very lackluster, especially Killer Croc, Slipknot, El Diablo. There was just way too many characters for you that you really don't care about them. But there was at least a part of me that enjoyed a little bit about the whole El Diablo storyline. Like, he's just one of those, like, he was kind of like a reluctant kind of a character where he didn't want to use his powers because the last time he used it, he actually killed his own family, Harley Quinn, and you can actually understand where she's coming from. She's bat-crap crazy, and she's madly in love with her puddin', the Joker, and the Joker really has no care for her because he's ditched her way too many times. And but yeah, like I told you before, is that the real stars of this movie is Will Smith. I mean, Will Smith, he's just one of those actors that you instantly like this guy. Because, especially with his character of Deadshot, he actually gets taken away from his daughter while he's just like, he's just trying to make ends meet. Like, he's trying to support his daughter. Like, the driving force that wants him to do what is right is all for his daughter. And I can actually stand by that because he wants her to grow up to be a better person than he is. And he wants to ensure that she's going to go to college and actually live a long, incredible life. And he wants nothing but to support her, be a good role model for her. And that's just one thing that I really appreciated about this movie, is that I definitely think that the character arcs were better in this one than they had in Batman vs. Superman. I mean, I'm not dismissing the fact that Ben Affleck's Batman was actually pretty dang good in that movie, but I still think that this movie had better character development. It had better, stronger character studies, especially for Harley Quinn and Deadshot. So a movie like this, it was very interesting at the time because we really have not gotten so many movies where it was more about like anti-heroes or actual villains, because a vast majority of these characters were actually villains to either the Flash or Batman. So like, you got this group of misfits. You got Deadshot, you got Harley Quinn, you got Killer Croc, you got Captain Boomerang by Jai Courtney, and you know what? Jai Courtney, he's always kind of like a kind of an actor. I've always never considered him to be a good actor in any ways. I really didn't like him in the latest Die Hard movie for playing John McClane's son. That was so bad. But you know what? When it comes down to all the movies that I've ever seen him in, I think this is definitely his best acting that he's done. But that is not saying a lot. But I still think that this is the best he's ever done in his career. And so there's also Cara Delevingne, where she actually plays the real ultimate bad guy, where she plays the role as the Enchantress. And the Enchantress is a character that actually brought her entire soul into Cara Delevingne's character. And now she's possessed by this demon. And now it's all about the Suicide Squad going into this city and trying to stop her from world domination. Like, too generic. And one other thing that just really bothered me, it just bothered me so bad, was Cara Delevingne's dancing.
Like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up. Like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh.
Not again. Too generic. Her brother was way too generic of a villain. There was just way too many generic cliche moments in this movie. It just really pissed me off. But either way, this is still a something of an entertaining movie, but it's still a bad one. And all I can tell you is that I don't hate the movie, I don't despise it, but I still find it entertaining enough that I might watch it maybe like once every 5 years or something like that. But it feels like this is a completely like unnecessary movie that we needed. But it's out. But yeah, the story, it's quite lackluster because it was just all about them taking on the Enchantress, and that was it. They would clear up their names a little bit, and they might serve lesser time in prison. And so, like, the story was very lackluster. And just, there was a lot of missed opportunities, and I still think that it was still cool to see Ben Affleck play Batman and also Ezra Miller be the Flash for a very quick scene. But, like I said before, is that Viola Davis, I thought she did a really good job being Amanda Waller. So yeah, I mean, like, there are some good moments in this movie, and even the music, it just did not sit well with me, because it felt like that they were trying way too hard to make it feel like they were watching a Guardians of the Galaxy movie for DC. That's what it felt like. So, altogether, my ranking for this movie is a 6.6. That's the theatrical version, and then you got the extended, which is actually a 6.9. So that was my review for the Suicide Squad, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. And I just want to let you know is that, like I've told you before many times in my videos, that I'm just trying to let you all know that I'm autistic, and I'm proud of it. And I've always found being autistic it's not a disability, it's a privilege. And just the fact is that I'm happily married, I have a wonderful, beautiful wife, and I have a fantastic daughter. And there's just like this big list of accomplishments that I've done in my entire life, and it's all thanks to God, my family, my friends, all of my support comes from them. And I just want to tell you that if you know anyone who is autistic, or you're autistic yourself, let them know about this channel. And I just like to use this platform just to let you all know that there's always hope. And so with that out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I want to see you guys next time.